many dreams, books, millionaires, ideas, skills, unfinished accomplishments are in the grave. Take a moment and think, what am I doing between the dash? You have to move right now because tomorrow is not promised. Join the Divine Connections movement in a couple of ways. 1, download the app for free. 2, subscribe to Divine Connections magazine. 3, if you have a book, a product, a service, gospel music, business, health and wellness product, church, or anything creative, join the Divine Connections movement VIP and make a commitment to join a network that supports others, give you major exposure, customer retention, and customer engagement. To find out more about VIP, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections Magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections Magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections Magazine.
Welcome everyone. Great day to you. I am your host and CEO of Divine Connection. So Divine Connection is a magazine that is faith-based and inspirational. It comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, mimes, vendors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. And so then after that, you have options. Actually, if you want to advertise your business in the magazine, we have half-page options as well as full-page options. Your ad runs for 3 months, and I'm working on the next issue now. So if you would like to be featured in the next issue of Divine Connections magazine, definitely stay connected, and we'll give you some information on how to connect with me a little bit later. And so we also do 2 big events a year, one in March, which is my anniversary, where we bring in quartet groups, praise dance moms, vendors, and sponsors, and we network and worship together. And then in October, we have another event called Bring It, where people in churches and organizations are bringing groups of people to come in to minister, as well as vendors to shop with, as well, and sponsors to support. So if you're looking to support something that is awesome, we would love to have you connect with us and be a sponsor. We'll have October 14th event. We'll have the dance groups, the mimes, the vendors, the youth vendors. And so we're definitely excited about our next big event. So if you would like to be a sponsor or find out more about that, definitely message us, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. So we also have our app is now available. You can go to the Google Store, the Apple Store, and type in Divine Connections Magazine and download our app, create a profile, and then where you can connect with people that's inside of our app. We have ambassadors that are experts in their lane, and so you want to connect with that. So download our app, Divine Connections Magazine. We also have our online store, which is bit.ly/Divine Connection Store, where we have over 100 items. There are hoodies and hats and shirts and socks and tumblers, a lot of items, over 100 items. So definitely stop by there and shop and let somebody know that you are their divine connection, or they are your divine connection. And so we also have our podcast on Wednesdays between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., where we put on our podcast who people are, what they do, and how you can connect with them as well. And so we're grateful for all of the opportunities that God has given us. And we also have sponsorship. So let us now go to one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
The bad news is suicides rise again in the U.S., increases highest among Black people ages 10 to 24. People need hope. The good news is hope is on the way. Join Mothers in Crisis Hope Pass It On campaign. Please visit makeahopeconnection.com. Hope, pass it on, and save a life.
Awesome, awesome. So definitely stay connected with that connection. Hope, pass it on. So we all need hope. We all need encouragement. She does a phenomenal job of sharing the information. So now let us go into, I'm going to give you a little clip of what's going down October 14th. This is from last year, so you can get an idea of what we do in our Bring It event. Okay, hold tight. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So definitely stay tuned. Mark your calendar for Saturday, October 14th. It is getting ready to go down and make it happen. So if you want to be a sponsor and support that event, that will be phenomenal. We're looking for 9 more sponsors, and we have about 2 more youth vendors available spots for the youth as well. So contact me and let me know. Okay. So now I'm going to show you just a little clip of what's in our store. Once you go to the link, you'll have a variety of options, but check this out. Awesome, awesome. So definitely go to our store and check it out. Some of our items. How do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Go to our website at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Join our email list. We also have our Facebook page at Divine Connections Marketing. So like that page. We also have our Instagram at Divine Connections. Make sure you connect there. And then you have our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections. So definitely stay connected with that. Also, if you have not got a chance to get a copy of our magazine, it is now available. It is divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscription. So I have a lot of connections in this issue. With my March issue, we had speakers who were ministers and entrepreneurs. We had vendors. All of their information is in here. We also have Open Door Ministries. They help with veterans and men, giving them opportunities to stay at a certain place to build themselves up. We have phenomenal connections and resources in this book. It's only $12. So make sure you get a copy of Divine Connections magazine. Once you go to hard copies, you can have the option of changing the quantity. So get a couple for your family, your friends, your organization, and help spread the news and resources that we have with Divine Connections. Also, if you would like to be a sponsor on the show, if you have a 30-second commercial for your business or your organization or your ministry, we would love to see what it is that you have and see if you're a good fit. We do a 3-month agreement, and for only $150, we can share your information before or after our interviews if you would like to be a sponsor. So definitely connect with us and let us know. Email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. We also have the opportunity for you to get a 30-second or a 60-second commercial done. We customize in that as well. If you're a business owner, ministry, If you have a book, if you have a gospel group, if you have an event coming up and you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial, we do that as well. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have my second book that is now available called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. So I talk about the faith that I've had in myself and the God in me to make some accomplishments that I've had in my life, personal as well as business. So if you want to know how I do what I do, get the book. I have a lot of information in there. It's on Amazon. It's on Walmart.com. You can also get it from me. I'll send you a signed copy. And then we also have it at Next Chapter Bookstore in Greensboro, North Carolina. So we have a variety of opportunities for you to get the book as well. We also have our journal out this year. It is called Making It Happen. You Are a Divine Connection, because you are. Write the vision, make it plain, and execute and celebrate. God is doing some phenomenal things in our lives. So we want to make sure we keep the history of that and look back at what God has done for us. Okay. Also, don't forget, again, don't go ahead and download Divine Connections magazine from your Google store or your Apple store. Download our app and connect with us there. And then we also have our store, bit.ly/divine connections store. Okay. So go check that out as well. So I'm excited about what we have now. We have made a definitely divine connection with Miss Carol Crawford International Music Summit that is getting ready to go down in October in London. And so I have the opportunity to share with you some of the artists or some sponsors that's connected with that ministry. And so today we have Mr. Keith Kirk is in the house. So help us welcome Mr. Keith. Great day, great
Hey,
day. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I am well. I am well. Well,
Good, good.
welcome. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
So I am a gentleman. Live in the UK from London originally. Grew up in the West Indies, though. Grew up in the Caribbean. Born in England, and I been involved in music practically all my life. Right, singing in choirs and playing in the bands. I play piano, etc., etc. And then later on in that journey, I got into sort of the music business side of things. um, but generally I grew up within music. My whole family was involved in music in some way, shape or the other. And I grew up in a very musical environment as well, musical Christian environment. So it was just, I don't know, I couldn't escape it. So
You didn't have a choice,
I didn't have a
huh?
choice. Yeah, it was just everywhere.
Awesome. So, what angle did you come in at dealing with gospel artists, or what you do specifically?
So I started working at Universal Music. I was working at another music company before, and I saw this message on LinkedIn. Can you come in? We'd like to talk to you. I was like, Universal? Okay, cool. Went down. It was really just like a casual thing. It wasn't like an interview. It was like, oh, look. Basically, they were like, look, we got this job. Do you want to do it? Essentially, that's what it was. I was like, yeah, I had no idea what it was. They were explaining it. I had no idea what they were talking about. I was just like, this is Universal Music. Turns out it was I was one of two metadata training and support analysts. Metadata training and support analyst, and that really kicked off my career in this whole metadata space and understanding what it is and really helping artists and labels and publishers to get their metadata fixed.
Okay, so explain to us what is metadata.
So metadata is the standard definition of metadata is information about information. So you can have name, date, location, genre, etc., right? And that's one set of information, but that information has no meaning, right? You now have to add another set of data to contextualize that first set of data. So name, Deloris Williams, location, USA, city, I don't know, New York, whatever, time, or duration 3 minutes 6 seconds. And then that becomes metadata. And metadata is not just in music. Metadata is all around us. I'm looking at metadata on the screen right now, right? It's everywhere. If you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart and you buy a box of cornflakes, that box of cornflakes is littered with metadata. Information about the nutrition, the weight, the size, the color, even the graphics on the box forms part of the metadata.
Awesome. So the information kind of behind the scenes of what the surface looks like, but you're gathering the information that's behind the scenes that make what the surface look like, in a way.
Yes. Well, okay. So the information or the metadata has a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
In order for Kellogg's cornflakes to get paid, that information has to be. So Kellogg's cornflakes will make a box of cornflakes. They will deliver it to Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and then Walmart will sell those boxes of cornflakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the metadata will tell Walmart and Kellogg's cornflakes how many units have been sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens in music, right?
Yeah.
So music, the metadata is a mechanism the music business uses to track, trace, and remit royalties to rights owners. So if Deloris Williams wrote a song called Jesus is Love or God is Love,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of metadata that's associated with that. That goes to the streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
It streams, it generates royalties, and the only way we'll know to pay Deloris Williams, and your name is spelled with an I.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually spelled with an E. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that alone, if someone could spell it with an E,
Right.
and just spelling your name with the E means you don't get a payment because it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's how serious metadata is and how detailed it is. So the information, the metadata lets us know where the revenue needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because of bad metadata or missing information or inaccurate metadata,
Mm-hmm.
many artists, songwriters, publishers, labels, rights owners don't actually get the money that they're owed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when you go ahead.
So my job as a metadata specialist is to make sure that they're getting the money they're owed. And if and if there's information not right in the metadata, I go in and fix it. Or if there's no metadata at all, I go and curate the metadata so that the revenue can flow through.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that just for artists? That's your focus, right? Or that thing?
Yeah, for anybody who owns the rights to music. Anybody.
Okay.
It could be a company, it could be a label, it could be a publisher, it could be an artist, songwriter, anybody, musician, producer, anyone who owns the rights and to a piece of music, and that music is generating revenue. I help them with that, essentially.
Okay, awesome. So what are some things, if they come to you saying they want to get things in order to make sure their metadata is correct, that they need to bring to you or connect with you in order for you to get the metadata you need for them to get paid like they're supposed to?
Yes. So I will need to know, name of the song, the duration, who are the contributors, like the mixing engineer, mastering engineer, background vocals. Are there any additional songwriters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know like in the secular world, Beyonce or Kanye, they can have up to 15 co-writers on one song.
Mm-hmm.
They can have more than that, and each one of them have to get a payment. So you have to know how to delineate that. So stuff like that, that's where it starts. Now metadata can get really, really deep and really, really complex, right? And the more there's no such thing as too much metadata, right? Actually, the more you have, the more that's there, the better for you.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost having half a book. you can fill up a book with words. The more words, the better. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it was just a job somebody extended to you, and you just took it and ran with it, basically.
I took it
And
and ran with it. Yeah, because I started talking to people about what I do. They're like,
then,
"What metadata? What's that?" Nobody knew what I was talking about.
yeah.
Even people, musicians and singers and people who work in the music industry had no idea what I was talking about. And
Hmm.
I saw an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So it's been great since then.
Awesome, awesome. So if someone was interested to connect with you, how can they connect with you to find out more about your services and what you do?
Yeah, just send me an email at service at motif, MOTIF music.io. Just send an email there just saying you saw me on this interview, or you're interested in getting your metadata, or you got music that you've got out, you're not getting any money, or you're thinking about putting music out.
Hmm.
You want to make sure the metadata is correct. You can connect me and I'll help you with that.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. What else do you do that you would like to share?
Um, that's really the essence of what I do. I mean, I used to play keys and I used to sing and all that kind of stuff, but I said, you know what? There's too many singers and too many musicians, not enough people ensuring that the paperwork is put together, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I also help with some of the paperwork, the copyright, and help you register your song with the PROs like ASCAP, BMI, etc., and all that kind of stuff. But I really felt a calling to place myself in this part of the industry
Yeah.
because there's not enough people who know enough about this, and it's so important,
Mm.
especially in the gospel industry.
Yeah.
In the gospel industry, it's really there's a lot of work to be done in the gospel
Mhm.
industry. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we are grateful for you. I want people to
Yeah.
get connected to you. I'm gonna put your information up there. You're also on social media platforms as well.
I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram as Motif Music as well. But the best place to connect with me is through the email. I'll always respond immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And Leslie, go ahead.
Well, one thing you might be interested to know in terms of singing and stuff like that, I did have a wonderful opportunity in 2017. I got a call. I was going home one evening. I got a call, and a good friend of mine was like, "Keith, Ken's trying to get onto you. Ken, call Ken."
Uh huh.
And now Ken, once you hear Ken, it's either some recording, some trip somewhere, something epic is about to happen.
Uh huh.
And so I called up Ken. Ken is like, "Hey, are you free for this Thursday for the whole day?" I was like, "Yeah, I can be free." All right, we got a session at Abbey Road Studios. And if you know what Abbey Road Studios is, it's the famous studio that the Beatles recorded in.
Mm.
All right. Um, so, sent contracts through, I signed them up. But when I was signing the contract, the only thing I saw Marvel. I'm like, Marvel? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Marvel? Or was didn't care.
Uh
So
huh.
just signed it. Eventually got to the studio. Again, I had all the music, had all the scores. We had to learn the music and everything like that. Went
Mm-hmm.
there, was ready to record.
Mm-hmm.
Still didn't know what it was. Recording all the music, still didn't know what this was. It's just some music I'm recording.
Mm-hmm.
Before we started the session, there was a voice that came over the speakers. Someone was speaking from LA apparently, saying, "Thank you guys so much. We really worked hard on this project. Sorry I couldn't be there. Blah blah." Didn't know who that was. Long
Mm-hmm.
story short, turns out I recorded the Black Panther
Oh.
soundtrack.
Oh.
The Black Panther soundtrack, and the person who was speaking over the speaker was Ryan Coogler, the director of the movie.
Oh. Wow.
So, and we only found that we only really kind of understood what it was when it came out, because of course it's embargoed. You can't speak about it. Speak about what you've done and talk about what you've done. When it came out, it was like, oh, we can reveal kind of
Yeah.
reveal what it was, right?
Uh-huh. Oh wow, that was awesome.
And so last summer, we got a call back to do Wakanda Forever. We recorded that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just it's just one of those great experiences to
Yeah,
to be part of history and this movie and that kind of thing. And yeah, it was just I
I
thought I'd
love.
just share that with you.
I love it. Look, I'm glad I'm making some connections, divine connections.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So let's end with some encouraging words. Just
Mm.
share with the audience whatever is on your heart, whatever you would like to share.
Just keep doing what you're doing and don't look to the left or the right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you will have examples of what's already gone before, but whatever you have, God has given that to you,
Mm-hmm.
not to someone else. So
That's
your thing, it may not seem like it's of any significance, but it's yours
mm-hmm.
only, which makes it significant.
That's
Because
right.
only you have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't. Kevin Bond always says, "Blossom where you are," right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it may seem that you know where you are is not ever of anything great, but
Mm-hmm.
learn everything where you are and develop, soak it all in, take it all
That's right.
in, and that's going to when you get to the next stage, you're going to have lessons from where you were before,
Mm-hmm. That's
right?
right.
So
Mm-hmm.
don't people we have this thing of looking at other people and saying, oh my god, I want to be there, I want to be there. But there's someone looking at you saying they
Yeah.
want to be where you are. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
That's
So
right.
don't take for granted where you are. Just keep going with whatever you're doing.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Awesome. Anything else you want to share?
Not anything coming to my mind at the moment, but yeah, that's it. Just
Okay.
blossom where you are.
Blossom where you are. I love that.
Hmm.
I love that.
Hmm.
Well, listen, thank you for being my guest. We're
You're
gonna
welcome.
end the live, but you just hold on for a second. Don't hang up for me. And then,
Sure.
so thank you for being my guest. Metadata, y'all, very important. Get your
Hmm.
information together so you can get paid. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, are there any particular connections that people should go to that they'll get paid from versus ones they won't?
Um, well, if you're a songwriter and you're releasing your music digitally, which is everything is digital right now,
Mm-hmm.
meaning Spotify, Apple. If your music is streaming on Spotify and Apple, the only way you get paid from that is through an organization called Sound Exchange,
Mm-hmm.
right? They
Okay.
pay digital public performance royalties, digital public performance royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so sound if you're in America, especially soundexchange.com,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
themlc.com, THEMLC.com, soundexchange.com. And if you are a songwriter, you must be a member of a PRO, a performing rights organization in America. Most countries have one PRO. America has five.
Mm.
Five,
Okay.
right? But the main ones are ASCAP and BMI. So ASCAP.com, BMI.com.
Mm-hmm.
CSAC, there's one called CSAC, and there's also another one, but those are invite only. ASCAP and BMI, anyone can join once you're a songwriter. And
Okay.
the reason you have to be with those organizations because you can only collect your money through those organizations. There's no other way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
There's no
you
other way.
connect with anybody from wherever they are. You can do that
Wherever
map
they are.
wherever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
yeah. Global. Anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. My office is in my house. So I connect with everybody everywhere at any
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Awesome. And what's the time frame? I know it probably varies from once you get the material from everyone, but how long does it take for the metadata to get up and running like it's supposed to be?
Well, the metadata is an ongoing process because let's say you have a brand new song that's out.
Mm-hmm.
That song is it's got to generate play. So the metadata kind of changes, and the song may move into a different or gets used somewhere else. The metadata changes again, so it's kind of ongoing. There are things I can do to get it prepped for use or exploitation, but it's an
Okay.
ongoing thing because it changes all the time. So you're talking about things like Wikipedia and Knowledge Panel and Google and different things like that, getting your brand out there with certain elements of search engine optimization, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
And there are platforms like Music Brains and Discogs and all those. Those are digital music libraries
Okay.
where upload your music to those libraries, so that if someone is searching for you, Google is then going to look at all these different places to find you to give you the best results for that search.
Right.
So all that is kind of like optimizing, and it takes a bit of time to get that done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Great information. Great information. Thank you. Well, listen, thank you for being my guest. I hope that helps a lot of individuals out there that are doing music. Make sure you get your stuff straight so you can get paid for sure, for sure. Awesome, awesome.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being my guest on today, Mr. Keith. And
You're welcome.
you're well, thank you. So y'all hold tight. Well, you hold tight. I'm gonna go to the end, but listen, Mr. Keith is my guest. Make sure you stay connected, like and share this broadcast. If you know any gospel artists or artists that need to connect with him, definitely get his information and connect. I am Deloris Wheels with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. So hold tight, and we'll be right back. Mr. Keith will be right back.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.